Ah, boxing detail. He's very fight. He's stronger. He's very compact. He's like a bull, you know. He's smart guy.
Well, Canelo, but Gennady Golovkin responds, and this is what he had to say. Quote, he said, Terence Crawford won't have to problem with Canelo's power because he doesn't have any power.
But could possibly be the end for him because Bud has what it takes. I'm not saying Bud will win, but I'm just saying he has what it takes. He's not afraid of Canelo.
Gennady Golovkin delivered a shocking prediction for the upcoming Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford showdown, stating that Crawford will not struggle with Canelo's power because, in his view, Canelo does not truly possess knockout strength. Having faced Canelo 3 times himself, Golovkin claimed that the Mexican star has not changed much over the years. He praised Crawford's power and adaptability while reminding fans that every opponent brings unique challenges that demand smart preparation.
This is boxing. This is more interesting. Gennady, let me ask you this. You were there ringside. You saw Canelo. Did he look better than what he did in the second fight with you? Does he look like he's improving and getting better? No, I told you just every opponent gives you every fight is different. Two fights ahead, 2 fights with him. First fight and second fight is different, So you think no, I don't feel like more power, more speed. No, he stayed the same.
Golovkin has spent 36 rounds in the ring with Canelo Alvarez, which gives his opinion more weight than most, and he argues that Canelo relies on flurries of combinations and flashy knockout attempts rather than true power punches that can break down an elite opponent. For Golovkin, this is not casual talk but insight gained through direct combat, as he has tasted Canelo's best shots and remains convinced they lack the kind of natural force one would expect from a fighter so widely feared for his strength. His point challenges a popular belief that Canelo is a devastating puncher, instead portraying him as a boxer who relies more on timing and volume than raw punching power.
Golovkin weighs in as everybody's trying to gauge how this fight is going to play out. They anticipate this fight. They want to know how this fight is going to play out. And Gennady Golovkin gives his 2 cents. As his trainer, Abel has been on social media doing multiple interviews and stating that Terence Crawford is simply too small and he's going to lose, right? And Gennady Golovkin, as Abel Sanchez is saying that he's going to get knocked out, right, because of too much power. Well, but Gennady Golovkin responds, and this is what he had to say, quote, he says, Terence Crawford won't have to problem with Canelo's power because he doesn't have any power. He said, I fought Canelo at 160 and at 68, and I could say he has fast punches, he has fast combinations, but I wouldn't say there were a lot of power or power punches or knockout punches. You saw that. You saw this clean shot that I took and he brought, and there were no results. End quote. So Gennady Golovkin is saying he hit me with clean shots. You saw him hit me with clean shots, and the results was I didn't go anywhere. Now, I know people will say, well, Gennady Golovkin is naturally bigger than Canelo.
While Gennady Golovkin's former trainer insists that Terence Crawford has no chance against Canelo Alvarez, Golovkin himself does not fully agree, acknowledging Crawford's sharp skills and strategic mindset, which he believes could present real challenges for Canelo and make the fight more competitive than many experts initially assumed.
Many still see this as a one-sided beatdown in favor of Canelo Alvarez. Former Golovkin trainer Abel Sanchez, who's been very critical as of lately, and said that Canelo will just play with Terence Crawford, and by the second half, it'll just be like a sparring session. Sanchez said that Canelo will not only dictate the pace throughout the evening, if Triple G himself couldn't even hurt Canelo, then Crawford's chances are definitely not that great. Sanchez said, quote, Crawford is a great fighter, but that's why weight divisions exist. Neither Bivol could hurt him, nor could my fighter in 2 fights. Triple G's former trainer has also repeatedly emphasized that Crawford should have moved up in weight class a long time ago. in that his jump should have been more gradual and steady, and suggested that skipping divisions will definitely play a role in him potentially losing badly to Canelo Alvarez.
Golovkin's trilogy with Canelo remains one of the most discussed rivalries in modern boxing, and the fact that he continues to question Canelo's supposed punching power after all those rounds is telling. His comments carry weight because they come from a fighter who has endured Canelo's hardest efforts multiple times, and when he states that Crawford has the tools to withstand Canelo's offense, it quickly becomes headline material across the boxing community. Fans and analysts debate his words because they challenge the mainstream image of Canelo as a ruthless finisher, with Golovkin's perspective reigniting questions about how much of Canelo's reputation is based on marketing and how much is built on genuine performance.
Boxing Dr. News. Hey boxing fans, remember the epic Golovkin-Canelo trilogy? Well, get this. GGG once spilled the tea on Canelo's punching power, and it's not what you'd expect. Picture this. 2 legends, 3 fights, and a whole lot of controversy. GGG said Canelo's punches were fast, but not knockout material. Can you believe it? He claims those screenshots brought no results. Now, fast forward to today. GGG's been out of the ring since their last bout, but rumors are swirling about a comeback. Meanwhile, Canelo's gearing up for a massive showdown with Terence Crawford. The big question is, will Canelo prove GGG wrong and land that knockout punch? It's been a while since his last stoppage. The boxing world is buzzing, and we can't wait to see what happens next.
In-camp reports have added another layer of intrigue to this highly anticipated clash, with Asterisk Showbiz, the adult Asterisk, claiming that Canelo Alvarez has taken a cautious approach during sparring sessions with Gennady, often holding back and avoiding unnecessary risk to preserve himself for the main event. While such caution can be viewed as a smart strategy, some insiders suggest it also reflects doubts about his preparation. More sensational accounts allege that Canelo was dropped in the 3rd round by Ennis and visibly struggled with a younger fighter's speed and power. Though these reports remain unconfirmed, they have captured the attention of fans and analysts who now wonder if there is truth behind the whispers. If Canelo is indeed showing vulnerability in sparring, it could be an early warning sign that his form is slipping, and for Terence Crawford, who excels at exploiting weaknesses, such flaws could provide the perfect opening to shift the fight in his favor.
And let's talk about what we do know about Canelo Alvarez bringing boots to training camp and what we can concur. First, you must understand that the old Canelo Alvarez was preparing for a fall. Okay, that's just a few weeks away, but almost 3 weeks away, something like that. It's just a few weeks away. So to expect them to have hardcore sparring, like real sparring, where they're fighting each other and they're really just going hard and sparring, I don't really see that happening. Because you don't want a cut or anything, and you don't want anything to threaten the fight. Also, not only is Canelo Alvarez fighting soon, September 13th, but Bruce Ennis has to fight with Lima come October. So you don't want Canelo Alvarez beating up on Bruce either, cutting him or anything like that, backing his power or the tax retina or anything like that. You don't want any instances. So understand that they're probably sparring light to mid, they're definitely not going hard. Okay, folks. So we have to really put it aside that either one, I don't think Canelo will be beating the hell out of Boots or Boots beating the hell out of Canelo. But what I can see is if Boots is moving around and Canelo can't catch him, like let's say Boots is like pop, he's him up with some light work and Canelo can't get to him, which, that's kind of different than a real fight. In a real fight, Canelo will be breaking down and then you kind of get tired over time. But still, if they're working on cutting off the ring, if Canelo can't, and Boots is hitting him with, piecing him up and moving and stripping the slide and he just can't get to him, that'll be some value added and something to be concerned about. Which is why I said it's over.
Greg Hackett takes a broader view by framing the fight as a possible changing of the guard, noting that while Canelo was once considered the best pound-for-pound fighter, no era lasts forever. Every great champion eventually meets the opponent who signals the end of their dominance, and Hackett believes Crawford might be that figure. He points to Crawford's technical brilliance, discipline, and hunger as the qualities that could usher in a new chapter in boxing history. For Hackett, this fight represents more than just belts and rankings. It is about legacy and time.
Canelo is the guy, right? But everybody know that shit gotta come to an end. Nothing is forever. And I'm not saying this is now. I'm not saying that. But could possibly be the end for him because Bud has what it takes. I'm not saying Bud will win, but I'm just saying he has what it takes. He's not afraid of Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Two, he has the skills to be able to deal with Canelo. Does he have the power? I don't know, but he is a puncher. He's a puncher because his record says so. You know what I'm saying? Canelo is a puncher as well. So what I see is a great respect for each other, but after 4 rounds, I see a war breaking out. And whoever can stand it, meaning whoever can take that shit that's coming their way, that's who wins the fight. You know
Man, I don't know if Bud wants that. I don't know if Bud wants that.
Yeah, I mean, but
granted, we got a granted ass team. But you saying he's a puncher to his record, so you gotta assume you making it something that he can crack. Because Errol said he can crack. That's what Errol came out. Errol, I think, said he thought, getting Canelo. I don't know whether that's, him trying to pay him back for saying that, for what Terence said about him. This other fight, man, I got it in the title, man. And I appreciate you letting me pick your brain, man. Because I'm going to steal your prediction. And then I'm going to give you credit for it at the same time, dog. I ain't going to be like everybody else. I'm going to steal your shit and give you credit for it at the same time, dog. Devin, I'm starting to think, man, maybe Devin Haney's a little underrated going into this Brian Norman. Like, I've had my own personal issues with the dude and his pops, but that shit aside, the dude knows what he's doing in the boxing ring. He's been in there with a bunch of fights. He's a championship, world-class level fighter, bro.
John Ryder brings first-hand perspective from his sparring sessions with Canelo, recalling a hard and competitive 12-round battle that showcased the Mexican champion's work ethic and endurance. Ryder describes Canelo as consistent and difficult to break down over long stretches, which helps explain why he has remained at the top level for so long. His testimony balances the narrative by showing that while some believe Canelo's power is overhyped, his overall skill set, conditioning, and experience still make him a dangerous opponent for anyone who dares to share the ring.